The skills I noticed that were most important while watching these videos was the use of open-ended questions to allow for the client to be able to tell their story in their own words at their own pace. The use of silence to allow that client the opportunity to reflect on statements that they had made and add anything to it that they felt was needed to get to the underlying issue. Also, the counselor's ability to summarize key points of the story that was being told when it was appropriate for clarification to get more in-depth information about the problem. The sessions were not what I generally would have expected of a counseling session. I believe it should have been a combination of the two, and that is because the first session, I felt that there was too much summarizing, and the way the counselor stated things could have been interpreted as them making assumptions about some of the problems that the female client was facing. Also, there wasn't enough open-ended questions, I felt, because the client wasn't able to share their story in their own way, using their own words. They would use some of the statements that the counselor had used during their summarizing portions. During the second video, there was a lot of use of open-ended questions, but the open-ended questions really didn't generate enough information to really get to the base of what the problem was. I did like how the counselor did use clarification and some questions to show his sensitivity towards cultural diversity, wanting to know more about the client's family structure based on their cultural background. I did not feel that in the second video that they really got to the actual underlying problem of what brought the male client in for counseling. So I would see that a use of both of those scenarios would probably be the ideal counseling session, where you're using open-ended questions to get the information, but being very methodical in the type of questions that you're asking in order to allow the client to state their problems in their own words, tell their story at their pace, so that the counselor can be most effective in developing a treatment plan that is in their best interest.